Delhi is a very beautiful city. It's a combination of many culture, many religion, many way of living life. There is a phenomena of migrating to Delhi or the cities like Delhi because people have no work in the villages, in the suburban areas. So people are migrating to mega cities, the big cities where there is lot of work opportunities available. There was no planning. There was no planning with the government that these so many people we are bringing in the city, where should they live? You have constructed industries, you have workers working in this industry, so you are just concerned for your production and profit maximization. But you are not concerned for the houses of the workers. Where will they live? Where will their family and children will live? It means you want them to arrange their houses for themselves. So if you don't have money to buy a house, if you don't have money to take house on rent, then you are forced to move into the slums. Who are these people who are having less income? They are not other than the manual workers who provide lot of services to the city, who work in the factories, who work as a vendor, who work as a transport worker, who work as a construction worker, domestic worker. So these workers have no other means except slum to live in. Every city is running on the backbone of the labor. If labor will not be there, whole city, whole beautification of the city will collapse. They need their labor to run their city, but they don't like their face. They don't like their whole living style. They don't like the poor. They don't like the poverty. They want poor, but at the back of their houses, not in front of their houses.
मेरा नाम जरीना बानो है और मेरा मकान 17 सितंबर को तोड़ के सरकार ने यहाँ पर हमें बसाया है।
मेरा नाम सरोज है। मैं नेताजी नगर सीमेंट गोदाम से आई हूँ 17 तारीख को।
मेरा नाम हरीश है और मैं 78 से इस स्लम विभाग की झुग्गी में रहता हूँ और यहाँ कोई सरकारी नौकरी नहीं है और मैं छोटा मोटा धंधा करके अपने बच्चों का जीवन व्यतीत करता हूँ।
They are not evicting the labor. You will just understand. They are demolishing the slums. They are evicting those ugly face people, ugly looks houses from the main part of the city, but they need their labor. Without their labor, they cannot run their city. So they are putting up at the periphery of the city. So you go to 50 kilometers away from the main city center, you live there in a big ghetto-like situation and just you come to the city and work for the city. So people are facing very tough life because commuting, it is consuming their time as well as half of the daily basis. Distance wise, it is a very difficult place to live.
मैं यहाँ से ओखला जाता हूँ, 90 रुपीज़ लगता है, किराया लगता है। उसके बाद मैं रोज़ नहीं आ पाता हूँ। मुझे मजदूरी इतनी मिलती है, 4-4,500 रुपये मिलती है। मैं आने जाने में इतना 90 रुपये किराया लगाता रहूँगा डेली, तो मैं वैसे भी किराया लगा के भी नहीं आ सकता हूँ कि इतना पैसा होता नहीं है। बाकी टाइम भी बहुत लगता है कि आने जाने में 6 घंटा वेस्ट हो जाता है।
The lower caste people have always given identity that you are to serve the upper caste people. You are for the service of these upper caste people. You cannot claim anything that this is you, and you cannot do anything of your own. So if people will live 1,000 years in such a oppressive system, and you have been never allowed to speak, all the time you have to listen. You just listen my order and do according to my order. You cannot use your brain, you cannot create anything, or you cannot do anything by your own. It is anti-human. Anti-human when a human being is not allowed to live a human life. There is absence of policy which favors the right of slum dwellers to live in a city, to live with dignity or respect.
हम चाहते हैं गवर्नमेंट से बात कर कि वो हमें यहीं पे सेटलमेंट करें, क्योंकि हम लोग यहाँ पे 1947 से पहले से रह रहे हैं।
So what we are doing, we are advocating for their rights. They have also right to live in the city, and not as a beggar but as a bona fide citizen of the city. So the basic purpose of Kislev was educate the slum dwellers, aware the slum dwellers, empower them and help them to dialogue with the government. If we are helping, enabling them to demand the basic amenities and other rights in their slums, then why not we mobilize them to save their houses, to demand a house in this city, to demand a dignified life in this city. We have some power. We have some power to demand our right of living in the city, but they are not using this power. So our second part of work is how to aware them to use their power to change their whole life.
एक लड़की है मेरे पास और एक हम दोनों मियाँ बीवी हैं। इसके बाद ये जो है हम सब एक भाई गरीबों एक जगह रहते हैं, और किसी दिन ये बस्ती टूट जाएगी तो हम सब बिखर जाएंगे।
We have learned and experimented many cultured methods to mobilize, to educate, to aware the slum dwellers, like theatre of the oppressed, where there are two actors, like one is the oppressor and one is the oppressed. When we make theatre on a particular issue in such a way, so he thinks. So the people who have never been allowed to think, people who have been never allowed to speak, now this theatre started giving them to an opportunity to think about the situation and to respond to you.
काफ़ी कुछ सिखाया है उन्होंने, मैं पढ़ाई को लेके और भी काफ़ी ऐसे जो मुद्दे हैं जिनकी जानकारी होना बहुत ज़रूरी है इस्लाम में रहने वाले हर व्यक्ति के लिए, उस विषय पर उन्होंने बहुत सी मीटिंग्स करी हैं, सभाएँ करी हैं।
रविंदर जी बहुत अच्छे स्वभाव के हैं और आए दिन जब कभी भी हम लोगों को ज़रूरत पड़ता है तो उनको बुलाते हैं तो हमारे पास आ जाते हैं और हम भी वहाँ जाते हैं। जहाँ भी मीटिंग होती है, कहीं भी कोई फंक्शन, अभी 4 तारीख को भी कहीं फंक्शन होने वाला, वहाँ भी हम लोग जाएंगे, वहाँ भी पहुँचेंगे सब।
You have to measure the impact of your work on the slum dwellers. Like when we work with any new slum dweller or any new slum colony, so we see that at the start of our work, what was the information people were having? What was the skill to address the governance system people are having? What was the area profile? That how much basic amenities or facilities were in presence? After 6 months, after 1 year, we review the work.
Has there ever been a time when you just wanted to throw in the towel and just quit and start another profession?
I think living as a human being is not a very tough task, but enabling others to live as a human being, that is the toughest task. So why not we do some toughest task in the world?
I know when to